Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on Space Couch today, Boeing have renamed the CST-100 as the Starliner. It's definitely a much more exciting name than CST-100, and kind of follows in the footsteps of its partner ULA, who renamed their proposed rocket the Vulcan. Now, it also fits in with Boeing's naming conventions for its civil airliners. The 777 Worldliner, the 787 Dreamliner, and now the Starliner. I believe it's not the first time Starliner has been used for a plane. I believe Lockheed Martin, whatever it was called back in the 30s and 40s, wherever, when it was making civil airliners, also used that name, I think for one of the iterations of the Constellation. That was that humped-backed, triple-tailed plane. Now, the announcement of the name change was made at a press event with NASA at Kennedy Space Center. Boeing have taken over one of the former shuttle orbiter processing facilities, and they're remodelling it, repurposing it, to be able to handle Starliner once the commercial crew test flights and manned flights begin. Boeing signed a 15-year lease in 2011 for that facility, similar to how SpaceX signed a 20-year lease on Pad 39A and are rebuilding it for Dragon and Falcon flights, you know, so yeah, Boeing are doing the same thing. Now, the prototype, as it were, of the Starliner, the structural test article, that's under construction at the moment. Boeing's completing its certification process for the ship, the baseline reviews, all that sort of thing. It should be launching with the crew second half of 2017, August through to December of that year. But you know, with a constant nickel and diming of the commercial crew program by Congress in favour of the SLS, it could easily slip into 2018. I mean, this year's allocation is hundreds of millions of dollars below what the President requested. At the same time, they're having to spend extra hundreds of millions buying those Soyuz seats. Now, however, at the press event for the Starliner, Senator Bill Nelson, who's a Democrat senator for the state of Florida, one of the ones we can thank for the whole SLS money pit, by the way, he said he'd ensure Congress will fund it sufficiently. Although, as I said, they've never funded it fully in the past, so I doubt they'll start now, especially as Senator Nelson is in the minority, not the majority anymore. However, we should start to see the Dreamliner, the Starliner and the Dragon fly into the ISS and any other stations that might be orbiting up there in the 2020s. Now, Boeing, they're expecting to build 3 Starliners, each of them reusable 10 times, so that essentially would equate to 30 flights. Whether or not NASA will approve a reused capsule, I don't know. They haven't done that with the cargo ones that SpaceX have. I expect they're going to have to with the manned ones, otherwise it's just not practical. Now, 3 ships though, is that a large enough fleet, I wonder? You know, because obviously Bigelow, they've got their lunar base that they planned, and they have done a lot of work with Boeing on the former CST-100, now the Starliner. Could that perhaps be used as a command module, as it were, for a lunar base to do the little short hops from the surface up to the carrier ship or whatever, or even direct back to Earth, who knows? I'm sure we're going to see both the Starliner and the Dragon cropping up on those sorts of missions, as well as station resupply and crew and guest rotation for whichever stations and habitats are in orbit over the next decade or two. Thought you'd appreciate this quick update on the old CST-100, now the Starliner. What's in her name? I guess we'll find out if it helps them progress with all of their program. Let's hope that they do. The more spaceships, the better, as you know. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or a suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, and perhaps we'll have a discussion about what we should call our spaceships. There's so many names to choose from science fiction now that we're getting close to actual spacecraft being assembled. Alternately, you can always hit that like button.